unless you start living your life as a sovereign, then you're going to have a much harder time than you have right now when the machines want you obsolete anyway. So you got to have a plan. You got to be
So
strategic about it. And it's not just, oh, I think about it and I write it down in my notebook and I journal about it every once in a while. And I'm talking about like really hardcore, get into understanding what it is that you're doing and how you're going to put these systems to work for you so that you are commanding systems, the systems aren't commanding you.
we're back at the Second Half Man Show. I'm talking to the founder, Russ Borden. Russ, what is the hope? What is it? What is it that's out there for a guy like me? If I consider myself a second half man, future's changing. Uh, I'm like, oh my God, my plan. I've been riding this same plan for so long, and now things are gonna change. Where does that leave me? What is there a life raft? Can you throw me a life raft?
Well, look, we think that the world going forward is going to be a much different place in the next 5 to 10 years than it has been for the last 125 years. And that is because of the dramatic changes that are being about by this technology tsunami, all of the things that we talked about, AI, automation, agents, robots, all of that. So all of these systems that if we let them take over our lives and give them agency over us are what really the problem is. And the answer to that is sovereignty, personal sovereignty. You have to be in command of your own systems. You have to be the one that's talking about what happens with my day, what happens with my time, what happens with what I do in a daily basis, what happens, what I agree to do in terms of my connections and my relationships, what happens with how I agree with myself that I am going to be out there in the world and operating. And the only way that you can do that is to command your own systems, not be commanded by the systems of others. We've all heard the idea that AI is not going to take anybody's job. It's the guy that knows how to work AI is going to take your job. Well, I think it's a lot more than that. I think it's y- you're either going to command your own life and you're going to live a life of sovereignty, or you're just going to roll over and live a life that gets handed to you by society or somebody else that's running the systems that you're subjugated under. It comes down to personal sovereignty. And that's it, as far as I'm concerned. We're talking about sovereignty in the 5 domains of sovereignty. So we're talking about mental sovereignty. Do you have control over your own mindset? Are you so freaked out about what's going on in the world or let everything else that's going on around you, is it in your head and not where it should be right in front of you? Are you under control of it? Are you letting what's going on in your mind just take off and render you the subject of your own mind, not the sovereign of it? That's number one. Number two is temporal. That's time for you. Doesn't have anything to do with your temples. For you, it's time. And I'm going to tell you two things. Our time is the most.
Time is little. Time is little.
Yeah, but it's also your most valuable asset. It's non-renewable, non-refundable. Every minute that you use is one less that you had going forward. Although you might end up with a little bit more than you think you have. But I got to tell you, Juan,
Put the
you're
chip.
already out of time.
They
You just
put the
don't know it
chip.
yet. Yeah, yeah. So strategic. Okay, so now that I know that I have to be if I have to command my own life or be commanded, I have to be a sovereign in my own life. What does that mean for you? What does that really make your days, your life, how you spend it, what you do? What is your strategy for
Okay.
living in that world
Hold on
that's
one
coming
second.
up?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. We started all this crap about 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
You gave me some descriptions, and I came back and said, dude, I'm sovereign, you know? And you
So
said, and you said, and you
oh,
enjoyed it too. And I think you enjoyed the hell out of it, to be honest with you. But I said, I'm sovereign. And you said, okay.
yeah, you're talking about when we talked about the 7 archetypes of a second half man.
Yeah. But your idea is to take command, is it not?
Your idea is to take command. I think that's the only way out of anything is to make your life what it is that you want. You're hell, we don't need anybody's permission at this age. We don't have to live somebody else's expectations. We don't have to live somebody else's on somebody else's time frame or schedule. Their emergencies aren't yours. And unless you realize that, unless you start living your life as a sovereign, then you're going to have a much harder time than you have right now when the machines want you obsolete anyway. So you got to have a plan. You got to be
So,
strategic about it. And it's not just, oh, I think about it and I write it down in my notebook and I journal about it every once in a while. And I'm talking about like really hardcore get into understanding what it is that you're doing and how you're going to put these systems to work for you so that you are commanding systems, the systems aren't commanding you.
all right. So let me ask you this quick question. If
Mhm.
if I think I'm sovereign, but I'm not gonna have a chance to talk to Russ Borden, who's gonna make fun of me and explain to me that I'm not sovereign, what's an option? What is there anything I can, how can I tell?
My book, The Second Half Manifesto, How to Stay Dangerous When AI and Society Want You Obsolete. That'll be out in every outlet that you can find. We'll let you know more closer we get to that coming up.
So the idea then, second half man is for what? Is for middle-aged men that have had of means, had success, are in some kind of position. We're talking to business owners that might be trying to set their business up to sell. We're talking about corporate guys that have climbed the corporate ladder, might have some kind of retirement pension, and they're getting ready to make that next step. Even not so old guys like us that have been successful, right? And they are starting to understand, hey, the future is not what we quite think it is, but want to interact, right? Like-minded guys.
It certainly comes down to your connections, your allegiances, your alignments. We're not going to make it through. None of us are islands, obviously, but nobody's going to make it through this on their own. It's going to be just about impossible. If you don't have a circle of people that you can trust and talk with and provide expertise where you have it and ask for expertise from them where they have it, your ability to remain sovereign is going to be severely compromised. So that's where second half man comes in, is uh, forming that group of like-minded men. It's the second half man is all about looking at all of our domains, our self, our health, our wealth, our relationships, and coming up with a way that we can be sovereign in our own lives, in every single domain of our own lives, not just, you know, my job's at risk. What do I do now? Because your job's at risk is causing a whole lot of stress in your life. Your job's a whole lot of stress in your life is causing problems with your communications and your relationships. That stress is also causing a whole lot of problems in your health between cortisol and the stress related diseases and things like that that we're all faced with. And for us at second half man, you know what? Sovereignty is the only pill. It's the only thing that will take care of everything all at once. And it's you have to be sovereign in every single one of those domains, and they're not separate. It's not that whole balance. It's not about balance. It's about being the most that you can be in every single area of your life, not balancing it out. And that is what being a true sovereign's about, and that's what we go through. So we have coming up right after the first of the year, our first ASCENT. Our ASCENT is our program where second half man can go through our our understanding of how do I become sovereign? What is the process of my sovereign transformation? And that's our ASCENT program. ASCENT stands for awareness, systems, command, execution, navigation, and transformation. So if you're interested in hearing more about our ASCENT program, drop us a line at here in the show notes, and let us know that you're interested. We'll get you information to that and let you know what you need to do in order to apply to one of our upcoming ascents. So I think that we've covered a lot of stuff today. We'll put down in the show notes where you can go and take your own sovereignty assessment and get your own sovereign score from our Sovereign Scorecard to let you know where it is that you line up across all the domains in your life between clarity, vitality, your prosperity, your connections, your relationships, and your legacy, and let you know exactly where you stand in terms of how sovereign are you in your own life.
All right, you're watching the Second Half Man Show. We'll have more episodes. We hope you liked what you saw. Again, if you like it, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm 601,
I'm Russ Borden,
the Second Half
and we're
Man
the
Show.
Second Half Man Show.
Stay
Stay
sovereign.
sovereign.